Hi, Aquarius, and happy Halloween if you're celebrating. Happy autumn if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, and for those, happy summer in the Southern Hemisphere. All right, I'm changing it up just a smidge this month. I'm using this Chosen Journey deck. Let's see what's going on. One card for the overall message. Let's see what's going on. Wow, Soul Tribe. So if you feel as if things are changing, which they probably are, especially after these two eclipses we've had, you might have extracted some people out of your life, maybe friends, even family members that are not your soul tribe, but you're now could be searching for new friendships, going on spiritual retreats, gathering together, meet and greets with people that are very much your soul tribe. And how do you know? You know because they feel kindred spirits. You have same stories to tell. You probably have been through dark night of the soul together, not together, but you've experienced it with them. These could be family members. Also, it's people that understand you. It's people that you can say, wow, oh my God, you couldn't have come in my life as a friend or, a bestie, whatever, or a loved one anytime, any better time than this. So you do have people, you might have people in your circle right now that are like that. They have the similar beliefs. They feel like home. It's just like, oh my God. And we know that your soul tribe could be, sisters, brothers, family members that are soulmates as well. We know that. So the people that remain with us, they know us. They resonate with us. We have that kindred. They're yoked the same way. And that's truly when you know that you don't have to work so hard at it, that you're helping one another to grow, to heal. Okay. And they accept you for where you're at on your journey, and there's no, it's not there's no misunderstandings, but there is an understanding of I get you, you get me. Okay, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. We're going to take that one. Yeah, look at, I do feel eclipse, both those eclipses were pretty intense for really everybody. You may be walking away from a location as well. You may be moving or thinking of moving. But I do feel walking away from these people that no longer, you could be just at the finish line, meaning either you found a place to live or you're leaving a location, people, places, and things that no longer really reside with you. You know when it's time to go. It just is. And it could be lovers, friends, etc. Right? You put in your time. You've put in your time, and you know that, you get to that, you get to that point, and as sad as it is, you do get to that point where it's like, okay, we don't see eye to eye anymore. Let me just look at the bottom real quick. Yeah, it's like we're done. So this could be a relationship that ended, could have ended in August, right? That would be pretty much 4 months ago, something like that. If it's ended longer, it's up to 10 months. It's ended. And now you're looking for a new beginning. Maybe you're also looking for a new place to live, but you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, right? It's like, I'm in this house, it's beautiful, but I may want the city life, or vice versa. I may want to get out of the city life. It's too costly. It's taxes, it's this and that. I may just want to take my time, actually. Taking my time and looking around. You may find something this month or within the next 4 months. I'm not going to say 4 weeks, okay? Because you want to ensure that you don't do something, not unless you've been looking for a while and you have like solid options. But I'm not feeling that right now. I do feel that this holding back is a good thing. It's an interesting polarity of holding back, but let's go. So you've kind of been push and pull, maybe being pushed and pulled by, do I really want to walk away from a location, people that don't resonate with me, relationships that don't resonate with me? You know, I kind of am done. I do know my worth. I do know that I should be valued a lot more than 40%, let's say. And every time I look back and I think about it, it makes me kind of, it's like this. It's like when you look back on relationships that ended, I'm going to use that as an example because a lot of us have dealt with the endings in relationships, right? You date someone for whatever, for a year, it doesn't work, and you tend to, it's one or the other, sometimes it's both, but if you're really pissed and you really, you know, you're like, shit, I really care about this person and we tried so many times, which you have, but, you know, something was like the last straw, so you tend to, when you reminisce or when you look back on it, you tend to think about all the arguments and the disagreeing on things that made you argue, things that you didn't see, you weren't on the same page. Like, I want to go out, you want to stay home. I like this, you don't. I want, you know, I'm a gamer, you're not. Whatever. Right? Or sometimes when you look back, you're like, you're resentful. You're sitting with regret. You're wondering how it all went down. And maybe you're even thinking, I wish it hadn't. I wish this person could have seen me instead of, you know, maybe come to some kind of a compromise, at least. Right? Why couldn't we have talked about it more? Why did it just end the way that it ended? Was it fair? Let's keep going because they want me to, the storyline keeps going with this deck. Was it fair that they didn't see me? Like my miraculous self, my Aquarian self? It's, you know, I wanted it to be fair. I wanted it to be kindred souls. But instead, I'm just taking from this deck. But instead, I didn't know how they were feeling half the time. Sometimes I had to guess. I also feel the sex was off the chain. But then after that, you know, it lasted. You know, everything was great when we had fun, when we went out, even if I had to like literally pull someone out of their, you know, their comfort zone, if you will, especially if you're dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's like they're homebodies. And that's what Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn's here, right? They're homebodies. And so is here. And Aquarius, you were like hoping for a stable, to build a stable life with this person. Now you're telling me, yeah, I was. I was hoping that we could move it forward. I was hoping that after, you should know at least after a year how someone feels and if it can work. I mean, even if it's longer than a year or it's been on and off for longer than that, it's like, when you know, you know. But you definitely have to iron things out by talking, And I do feel that you did try to talk. You did try to bring this person into your life, your friends, your colleagues, let's go out. My friends we're all getting together after work. Can you make it? Let's go out for dinner. What are we doing this weekend? Right? I've had this before in your read where you were dealing perhaps with an Aries or Leo Sag on the back end, or a Taurus and Virgo Capricorn on the back end. You just wanted this kindred relationship. And you tried. I'm not going to say that you didn't try. But this person really has not felt or did not feel this kinship. You could be a single mom, single dad, and then that plays into the whole spectrum. Right? So it's like when you're dealing with someone who's is fearful, someone could have been fear of, okay, I can live with you, but I'm not so sure if I can, get me to the church on time. I love having a great time with you, but you don't see me, you don't want to go out, you don't want to be with my friends. You're showing all signs of you're pulling back. You're pulling away. 4 of Pentacles. You're pulling away. And the more that I show you my heart and how I feel, the more confused I started to feel. So it's like this in a relationship. Here's the horizon, right? And we always want the balance, which ends up center focus, right? This is Zen. We're here in the relationship. So Aquarius, you're like, oh my God, let's go out. I love you, etc. And this person is like as much as you use your energy is going toward them, they pull back. And then they feel bad, so they breadcrumb you a little and then try to meet you in the middle, but they don't. So let's not even go that far. You're still in here, and this person I'll just give her or him a few compliments, or I'll go out one weekend. But there's still a dynamic of polarity because the compromise still doesn't meet. I don't know why I'm using that, but as you can see, the horizon to me is so important because that's where our balance comes in. Below the horizon are the 3 chakras, being the root, the sacral, and the solar. Then, once the relationship starts to get together, you have the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. So you have to, that's why I'm bringing this up. You have to find a balance, and your relationship was more kind of like this. So you're vibrating, Aquarius, in this heart center of, come on, we're living together, we know each other. I just want more. We're talking about weddings, we're talking about, and this person made you feel like they didn't appreciate you. They didn't want to spend time. There were always, if you're talking about an earth sign, or actually anyone really, always using work as an excuse. I mean, we all work, but we also know that when we come home, and we have someone who's there waiting for us, it's like, yeah, I would love to go out. I would love to get together. I could use, a drink and a talk. Or let's go to dinner. And now there's regret. I feel the masculine is regretting how they treated you. And they may come in. I'm going to say it. If you're still talking to them just briefly or, here and there, bantering, would they say sorry? Do they want back in? And I'm going to tell you, truly, that your read for September was just like this. So when the read overlaps another month or more, that's a message from Spirit through me wanting to get to you about making sure that whoever is in your life, Aquarius, is part of your tribe. Right? Someone just did not give you, truly, they were just breadcrumbing you. And honestly, I don't even know if they knew. I mean, not unless you had to tell them. You might have told them in so many words. So now there's sleepless nights. We're overthinking it. You may be overthinking it and worrying, and I don't know why you would. So maybe you stopped communication, or you felt like you're worrying for no reason because you don't feel like they're going to come back and apologize. Let's take these two. Yeah. They might have ghosted you or they left you out in the cold. Like, okay, well, pack it up and we'll see you later. And that, again, you have justice again. Was this fair to you, Aquarius? And do you know it wasn't, and you know that the only way to attain the Empress, you are the Empress, and the only way for someone to attain a relationship, solid relationship, is they have to do the work. They may be feeling really shitty about it. They may be feeling really shitty about how they treated you. And for however long it's been, perhaps, maybe they're getting that kind of treatment from someone else. I'm not saying it has to be another love connection, but maybe it's just, people are saying you really screwed up with that Aquarius because they were amazing. There is regret. And, and I know that you can't change anyone. Not until they want to change themselves. Two of Wands. Oh, and the Four of Pentacles twice. Look at that. The game of life. So, you were like this beautiful, look at me, not in an egoic way, just let's move forward, right? The stage of life is look at the goodness that comes into our lives. Look at the bright side. Look at what gifts that we've been given being together. And this person refused to do that. They still held back, even when you're showing up as, let's go to the theater. Let's go to a museum. Let's go do stuff that maybe try stuff out. Let's go here and there. And it's no, I'm too tired. I want to stay home. So this is a double confirmation. And I'm sorry, Aquarius, but it is. Someone really is a homebody. Now, you can't knock someone from being a homebody. You can't. But you also can't change them. And I feel that you really did feel slighted because you thought, well, they'll come around. But every time you asked, it was the same response. It was, I'm too tired. I worked all day. I had to drive, I had to drive far. And I'm home. When I get home, all I want to do is chill on the couch and, and Aquarius, waiting for Aquarius to make them dinner. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so you packed your bags. You did. You said, well, I tried. But there's got to be a whole lot more out there for me. And maybe once you have done that in the month of October, and I'm not going to say that you haven't maybe dated in between, which I do feel that in September, we were talking of potentially a rebounder. But now I feel like you're free and clear, quite frankly, here. The slate's been cleared and blessings are coming to you. Your cup is going to runneth over because you chose loving yourself instead of, here it is, you chose loving yourself and telling Spirit that I gotta go. Oh my God, I gotta go. Look, I gotta go. And whether or not you're out there making money, you're on the glow up, you're looking fine, he and or she is looking on your social media. You had 8 of Wands. And here they are. The Aries and or Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I said that. Look at, they're like, oh my God. That's like the worst, isn't it? It's rough. It could be the worst. One of the worst things is when you break up and they look better now than they did before. Let's say that's you. You look now put together, you're making money, you're dressing to the tens. You're like, I am out, you're ready for new love. Sorry. But I need to make sure that you get out of your headspace. So take a break, take a minute, absorb your greatness. You don't necessarily have to replace love with another until you're ready. And I feel that Spirit's saying, take some time for you here. Go to a spa retreat. Go to maybe you're looking at enhancing your, getting classes, or you're moving. Look at. And then someone's going to say, oh, wait a second. Someone is going to be jealous. Wow, this whole thing is crazy. Someone's going to be jealous because you've moved on. You're on the leveling up, glowing, making money, dressed to the tens. I know they say nines. I like the tens. You're dressed for success. You're working hard. You're looking great. It's like your whole demeanor has even changed. You're not necessarily worrying about, in October, you may just be hanging it up and letting them come to their own conclusions and letting them watch you rise. And not that you hadn't before, right? But there's so much more. And maybe now they're seeing it. They're seeing that, and they know. They know that they lost the one. They know that they lost the one that could be accounted for, loyal, honest, showing compassion. You know, this is you. You know. You know. You probably definitely have people vying for your attention. And I can guarantee you they're watching and feeling like, oh my God, now I have competition. Oh my God, now what do I do? Oh my goodness, look. Do I even try an attempt at Aquarius? Will it even matter at this point? Because what I've seen over the course of time, as time has gone by, is look at this, your card, the glow up. Look at, you're the star. People are vying for your attention. Now, I'm not saying that you should, run to just anyone, because Spirit's clearly telling you to connect with your tribe and let everything else just fall into place without you even trying. And that's, you can look at, this is your card. The stars are all aligning for you. You're going to meet your tribe. You're going to be able to shine bright. And instead of, you always, when you shine bright, you're always going to have people who are envious, always. But this person is waiting to bring it back. And is probably beating themselves up whether or not they even have a chance to come back. Do they even have the courage to show up? But you can't show up just the same person. So if this isn't the Aries, Leo, Sag on the back end, this is a new person. If not, this person has finally come to terms with how they really feel about you. So, some of you, they're coming up to bat, baseball game, I don't know. Maybe this is the 3 strikes you're out. But I feel someone's coming in and look at, coming in with courageous, why am I hearing adherence to bringing it back for the long haul. Someone wants to come back. And if it's a new love, then so be it. You've taken your time, your cup runneth over, and you find someone who's not a rebounder, because time needs to go by before we address like this 2 of Cups person. That's not a rebounder. I feel, I feel in September you were dealing with a rebound. Look at, someone feels like you put this love spell on them and they don't know what to do. Not literally. Not in a crazy, I feel, look at this. This is like we've known each other from past lives. I know that I feel very much a kindred soul with you. If it's a new person, it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or the Aries, Leo, Sag. See, they're not happy. Maybe you're not happy. I feel it's they're not happy. Let's go with first what is it? First take. They're not happy. Firestorm. Yeah, they're like, they're fit to be like, it's like they're in the middle of this storm between what their heart wants and what their head keeps telling them egoically. They're not happy. They're probably angry because you're just looking amazing. They can't deal. Yeah, they can't deal with the end of this relationship. They can't deal with how I feel. I do. I'm going to say it. Don't get upset with me. Or actually, you might like it. I feel that someone says, man, Aquarius, you put a spell on me, and I don't know how to get myself out of this. I'm not happy. I'm angry almost that I still care and love you. And I may be even angry at myself because I allowed this to end between us. Because I didn't see what I had when I had it. And if you are in a new relationship, let's look at this. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Let's look at this with the star card, with yours. Is this the same person or is it your ex? Ego death. It's your ex. Sorry. It is. They went through the dark night of the soul. They're coming out now. Spiritual awakening. But will you have them? Will Aquarius want them back? Fake busy. Okay, they're going to ask, they may ask you out, and you're going to say, I'm busy. Bad credit, debt. Ooh. So, okay, so during the course of, all right, I'm going to say it. If your ex has been down in the dumps doing nothing, maybe lost their job, maybe they're not working as much, or they've accrued debt because they've been having a party on, you know, that's what happens sometimes, right? It's like, you don't think just women go on shopping sprees when they're upset. Men do too. They buy new cars or motorcycles. Seriously. A love child. So there's that. I'm going to say there is that. If you're a single mom, Aquarius, that could have been the reason for not sure, but their heart is broken, and maybe so is yours a bit. Legal matters. Someone may have gotten themselves in some legal troubles, but the story remains that you're on the rise. Do not allow anything less than your soul tribe of people, places, and things to get in the way of your growth. I love you guys. Shine bright. Take care.